Okay, so we're here with Tim. We've had the FA Trophy today against Portchester. Portchester have had some really good results this season. Away at Gloucester and they beat Taunton at home. So they were going to be a tough outfit.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. We knew not to underestimate them at all. We knew that they'd fight and scrap for everything. And we had to make sure that we kind of matched that. And I didn't feel like we probably did that enough, first half especially. It was kind of matching that kind of anti-football stuff, which I hate. I get that teams are now going to come here a little bit and probably try and frustrate us and stifle us, and there's ways and means of doing that. But it's not something that I would necessarily want to do myself. But I just thought for a lot of game it was a good learning curve for some of our younger players.
It seemed to me that the ball sort of kept going in funny directions. Was it windy out there?
Yeah, the wind didn't help. It was a bit like the last round actually against Weymouth, where it's hard to, obviously we were trying to play the football, but that final ball, and it's always going to be hard with the wind and even against it, so made it a bit trickier. But again, that's no excuse for not matching sort of physicality and aggression and gamesmanship as well.
Can I take you back to the start? You made quite a few changes. Ben Scory, Cam Munn, Alex Borge and Joe Smith came in.
Yeah, I think it's it gives us a chance today to, like I said, keep things fresh and make sure that we are getting minutes into players that need them, because we are going to need everyone. We're running on a small squad. We've only got 4 on the bench, and we are going to, when people get their chance, we need them to be up to speed, and gave people valuable minutes today.
So it was a 0-0 at half time. Have you needed to change a few things? What did you try and do?
Obviously it was going to be a different game against the wind. It was about trying to play our football up to a certain point, and then if we could find feet, we were going to find feet. But it was more about how our front three could probably start trying to get in the game a little bit more, looking at their movement, looking at if we were going to try and play balls in behind, doing it with a bit of quality. And it was still a bit of a struggle second half. I think we were pretty comfortable for pretty much the whole game defensively. But again, it's something for us to, like I say, work on, to learn from, in terms of the not getting frustrated with people going down every 2 minutes. Trying to make sure that we manage the ref as well as they managed him, because I thought he allowed them to referee the game today as well. So very much up to us to learn these little tricks that we can put in as well, but obviously making sure that we are trying to play the game in the right way.
So it came to 90 minutes. Were you beginning to think of penalties?
Yeah, I think we just had a discussion just before it happened about if it did go to penalties, who we started to think about who was taking them. We obviously practiced on Thursday a little bit in training. Thanks for not putting that on the inside training. For making sure in case it did happen. We had plenty of penalty takers out there, but it was the one moment of real quality in the game, I thought, and winning that first contact with Fletch. The ball out to Max, I think, from Cam, and Max, really positive impact. He couldn't start today, he's got a bit of a knock, so we had to manage him as well, same with Josh McCoy. Fantastic impact again.
It was a brilliant finish, wasn't it? But the game wasn't finished, and we had to rely on Cam playing for a brilliant save. Yeah,
we knew they were going to throw everything at us. Obviously, especially when you go 1-0 up, they were suddenly speeding the game up and going as direct as possible, which they've done anyway. We just had a bit of a mix-up in defence, and you kind of think he's got to score that, but Cam playing great athleticism. I thought he was excellent today. I thought he came for a couple of crosses towards the end as well. Settles everyone down if you know that's going to come. Big moments.
So we're through to the second round of the FA Trophy. Only the second time the club has ever been there. You guys are history makers, aren't you?
It's great. It's cup football. At the end of the day, that's what I've said. At the end there, there's lots of learning to take from it in terms of that physicality and not letting yourself get bullied and how to manage games. But ultimately, it's cup football, and you've just got to get through. And it's great to be in the draw again. I think the National League South side's come in now as well.
That's right. Yep.
So potential for a really big draw in there again. But just great. A bit more money in for the club, and it's reward for these players. Real hard work.
And then it's back to the league duty next week with Churchley coming.
Yeah, and they've had some really good results recently as well. They'll be a really tough outfit, and they came here last year and won. So again, we'll have a full week of patching everyone back up, but also working on a few things and make sure we're good to go for that.
In the end, the result was what counted today, Tim. As always, thanks for chatting to us.